it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Remember that gallon of milk I told you in a previous video that I got for $1.99? Well, I'm going to make the yogurt out of it. I'm going to make some crock pot yogurt. So I'm going to measure out half of the gallon, so it's going to give me 2 quarts. And I'll show you what we're going to do. There you go. I poured out half of the gallon, so I measured out 2 quarts. I'm going to put it in my crock pot. Now, I do have a video on how to make crock pot yogurt. That video is 4 or 5 years old. You can always go to it if you want to. But I'm just going to show you, because I'm making it today, I'm going to show you how to make it. So, I've got the milk measured in the crock pot. I have my crock pot turned on low, and I'm going to put the lid on it. Now, I'm going to keep this on low for 2.5 hours. And after the 2.5 hours, I will come back and show you what we're going to do. I am going to set my timer just to be sure that it doesn't go any longer than 2.5 hours. Just so you know, when you get your milk in and you get your crock pot turned on low, don't open the lid and don't stir it. You don't have to stir it. You don't have to do anything to it. Just let it go for 2.5 hours. Milk, 2.5 hours have gone by because my timer went off. I'm going to turn off the crock pot. Now, don't take the lid off. Don't do anything to it. And one thing I am going to do, I'm going to unplug it. It might be something you want to do, especially if there's other people in the house and they might be tempted to turn your crock pot back on. So, okay, I will be back. This has to sit for 3 hours. I'm going to put my timer on again for 3 hours, and then we will be back and do the final process for making yogurt in the crock pot. Alrighty, the timer went off. The 3 hours are up. I can feel the lid. This is still warm. Okay, now I've got my container of yogurt. This happens to be Anderson Erickson brand. It says with healthy probiotics. Okay? And it contains active yogurt cultures in here. So I'm going to put some of the milk in this jar. I'm going to put the container of yogurt in here and mix it up. Alright, now I'm going to pour this yogurt and milk mixture back into the milk. Stir it up. Put the lid back on. And now I'm going to cover the crock pot up with a towel. There you go. It's all nice and cozy. Covered up with a towel. This should sit for at least 8 hours, and mine is going to sit overnight. Right now it's 11 minutes after 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just going to let this sit overnight, and in the morning we should have yogurt. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's the next day. It is 6:41 in the morning. Can you tell it's early? Because I've got my morning voice. Okay. Shall we see what we have? Did we get yogurt in the middle of the night? Well, let's see. I don't know. Let's see what we've got. I see whey on the top. Let's bring it out here a little more. to stick the spoon in there. Let's see what it is. Oh, 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 oh. Look. We have yogurt. That's pretty awesome. I never cease to be amazed by this process. Now, listen. I'm not going to stir this. I'm going to scoop it out with a spoon. I'm going to put it in a container or two, probably quart jars. I am going to put it in the refrigerator. This will also tighten up after it gets in the refrigerator, after it sits there for a while. So I think you're going to like this if you give it a try. It's great. I have been doing this for many years, and it works beautifully most of the time. But I do recommend using high-fat milk. I realize my yogurt starter was low-fat, but that's what I could get in the plain. But it's all right. It appears to have worked well. So there you go. There's the yogurt. You see the whey on the top? You see how the whey is formed? See that? The liquid part? That's the whey. So, okay. That's it. I hope you give this a try and see what you think. That's it. I made my yogurt. Pretty happy. And today, later on, I'm going to make some granola to have with this yogurt. Yes, I made a video on how to make the granola, and you should try it because it's awesome. Okay, that's it. I love you guys. You know I do. And as always, little is much when God is in it. I hope you give the crock pot yogurt a try. All right. Bye-bye. Love ya.